Right, let's do a little vlog for you guys for the weekend. It's not going to be a weekly vlog. I'm not I'm not that organised just of yet, but we've got a few little jobs to do today. We're at Rhino as of yesterday. They gave me some cool stuff, and the problem is if you've got a van, you don't have a rear view mirror. Little smelly stuff, very nice. So what we're going to do is go and do a little job visit. So this is the kitchen that we've done loads of times, the builder that we worked for a long time. Just finished off a few things. The kitchen's been fitted. I need to double check the wiring on the cooker. We need to do some undercupboard lights for him, and then on top of it as well, I think there's an outside socket going on, which I've told him not to because it hasn't been rendered yet. But for all we know, the rendering is going to be in the next 6 months or whatever. So we'll get that on so we can use it. And then we're going across to the unit as quickly as possible because I need to get the video filmed and done for the Anker F3800 power bank, which is an immensely wicked machine. I just haven't had much time to film and use it because we've been so busy. So I'll run you through the process with that. Anything interesting in my life right now? Yes, lots. Can't quite remember it as such, but I'm going to try with a few of the vlogs, drop them out on a Sunday for you guys just to enjoy, little something in the evening, don't know how long it'll be, all the little interesting bits throughout the day. We'll get on camera and enjoy. So if you haven't already, drop a like on the video. I'm going to ask you to start subscribing now because we're very close to 1 million subscribers. Right, first one, this is just protocol just to get some measurements for the undercover lights because we put the supply and we said to the customer when we were doing the job, I know things are expensive anyway, but please just let me put the supply in on a separate switch for the evening so you can easily have undercab lights. It'll look nice, it's a nice glow in the evening. Anyone out there that is getting a new kitchen, please listen to an electrician who's done this lots of times. Get undercab light feeds put in, even if you're not wanting to pay straight away to have the actual lights put in, it makes such a difference. So what we have here, we've got one there, one in the corner. So we've just done some, sorry, I moved the microphone away. We've just done some measurements for that one, the other one. The kitchen fitter has done this. He wired it up, fair play to him, so you can see if it works, but I'm going to change this to a malleable box, 20mm grommet in the back, just to hold that in place, just because I really don't have a place to screw it, and there's nothing wrong with it hanging, as long as it's got something to grip the cable. The cooker's in and working, so I'm going to pull that out, double check the connections, give that a test. A few silly little things in here. Smoke alarm to go up in the lounge, which is absolutely bloody enormous. So, wholesalers, get some bits. I made a list on my phone, pop back, do this, then across to the unit to film some stuff. 15 minutes later, lots of traffic. Also, if you are in and around the Stafford area and you are presently living here, you will know what a cesspit it is for roadworks at the moment. They've decided, for no reason whatsoever, to do roadworks on every single major road in Stafford. They've shut the road out by my house both ways, which leads directly into town and to the motorway. They put signs at the end of my road so you can't pull left or turn around to go the other way. No, sorry guys, I'm just venting. This is the wholesaler. So if I don't use expert electrical, so when I am organised, when I've got rewires on, when it's bigger jobs where I want to order mass products and whatnot, I use expert electrical. You guys know that. We use the code Bundy10 for 10% off everything. Awesome. Great plug, great interaction, perfect integration into the video. But if I don't do that and I'm in Stafford, I'm just getting the odds and sods, the bits and bobs. So we use our little old friend here, Power Electrical. That's where it is. If you guys have used it before, you know the guys in there are absolute sound. Right, we're here. Everyone's shy. What's that, mate? No, I'm okay, thank you. He's like, offered a drink and everything. Doesn't normally do that. It's only because I'm filming. Yeah, odds and sods. Here we go. Lights, bulbs, diamond stuff, all the fixings, clips, yada, yada, yada. So I'm just going to get a few bits now. And look what they have. Wonderful. This is where I got mine from, wasn't it? I bought mine from here, from you. And then one of the disc cutters, and then 2 weeks later they sent Adam one for free. Another thing winds me up more than anything when I come to my own unit and I can't park outside. I don't mind the bin lorry, it'll be a seconds. People park outside. This is what I planned to do this for a while because I thought it would be funny for a YouTube video. But equally, is get a sign made, stick it up out the front and say, if you park in front of Unit 5 in the marked out area from brickwork to brickwork, you have give the owner permission to throw bricks at your windscreen if you park in front of it during this hour and this hour. Is that a legal binding thing? I don't know. But if I pulled up to a unit and I read that directly in front of the windscreen, it said that, I actually would go, probably not going to park here. Come to the unit. It was lovely and tidy last week. So much has changed over the weekend, and it's an absolute tip. That's still off from the BG video that I got halfway through and had to leave to get the kids from school. Is we had the option to go and get some LED undercab lights, which is the normal strips, which we normally use day in, day out. But I've got so much of the JCC LED tape left, which is absolutely fantastic. I need to make sure that I can find the connectors, which are not there. Is I've bought, because they're 24 volt, I bought, they only had three LED drivers from Power to save a bit of money, because the drivers would have been cheaper than buying the strips. The strips are 240 though, so you'd have done a little Wago box or a junction box underneath the cupboard. But if I can do this, save myself a bit of money, and I actually think these do look better as well. And you can put more in it because you can go on the underside of the trim, on the cornice or pelmet, whatever you want to call it, on the thing. But I brought it in because I'm just going to set a test one up to make sure it works. If not, if it doesn't work, I'll just nip back, take them back, and just get some normal strips, just so we can get this job ticked off today. There's nothing worse. The amount of times I've gone to a job, you haven't quite got the right stuff, or something's not quite right, or the customer changes their mind. And the laziness in part of me, when I've got 9 other things that I want to do in the afternoon, either with YouTube or with the customers or the kids, I go, oh, I'll just book it in for another day. Instead of just completing the job there and then and go, right, I nip back, get it done, okay, goodbye. Right, also I bought some new AirPods. American Idiot, Green Day, covers, fabulous. We've got this in. We have really, really dug this in, but we need to make sure it works. We've got the connector on, we've got this in, we've got an old plug top. Give me that. Fabulous. Tradify is my job management software that helps me run my business from the palm of my hand, on my phone, on my iPad, on my computer. The benefits I've found is I have an inquiries thing on my website that helps the customer put details in, photos, address, all the stuff that we need as a customer database that gets transferred to us. We can go and do a site visit, or we can quote from our devices. Very simple and easily with a few clicks of a few buttons. We can send that off. We can track the email that's been sent out because we can see when it's been opened and how many times it's been opened and the time, which helps us manage the customer if they're on the edge of maybe accepting it, to drop them a courteous email to go, you know, any questions, queries, let me know to see if I can help out. If we win the job, we can turn that into an invoice after the job is completed. We can attach our certificates to it for electricians, for gasmen, anyone else in the trade. What you need to do, you can attach it as a file. You can send that all off in one go. So it's a really simple and easy, effective way to run your business that is paperless. So I'll put a few links down below. 14-day free trial, or I think it's 50% off for the first 3 months. Welcome back. Voiceover Nick is here. What we're doing, holding the driver up, we're going to try and figure out the distance to make it as neat as possible with the T&E. Bring it down to the right size, snip it, cut it, strip it, connect it up. Annoying things with these drivers, obviously there's no place for an earth. So what I ended up doing was a 2-way Wago and jamming it in the connections and then closing the lid. Very difficult. Holding it up, we're going to draw a line on the underside of the cupboard where it ends, where I know I need to make my tape off to, and the flex that leads to the tape. This is it. Cool thing with JCCs, they come with these cool connectors. You push down really hard, like my face is going to show. Yes, there we go. I'm going to just figure out tape route. I think I held it up in place to figure out if it will go. I was happy with the run. It was going to stick as well, because obviously the inside of that is some form of chipboard. So the other side of the tape, you strip off like the rubber bit on it that makes it IP rated. Once again, snap that down. Figure out where it's going to go. So I've just edited this and I'm trying to do a voiceover and forgot what I'm doing next. Holding it up in place, I want to make sure we've got the LED tape to the end as possible, how much flex we need, snip that off. But one thing I'm going to do, so from the unit earlier, I kept, we're adding some heat shrink, yep, forgot that too. I kept the driver and also the plug top that was connected to test it. So before it goes up and everything like that, I'm just measuring it out now where I need to cut it. I think, yeah, I'm just spacing it around. And it was just to pre-test the lights, because these connections, which I think are fantastic, a few times if you've not got it down to the T, and you, let's say, stick it all up in place and whatnot, and it doesn't work, you've got to rip it all down, especially if you've stuck it and it doesn't like to stick back again. So I was just measuring it out, and I'm going to go and snip it now with a cool little, there we go, nice. So this is a little test rig. I say it's just good to do, good practice, takes only a few more minutes, but we know it works, happy days, the connection's sound, we can bang it on. Next thing should be the heat shrink. So it comes with it in a packet, but I ended up putting 3 lots across it with the new Milwaukee heat gun. Very nice, very nice. That should be all dandy, and I forgot to edit that bit out. There we go. Sticky pads, you lot are going to hate me. I use the sticky pads. They look square from where I was sitting. Camera angle shows different. I only had some black cable ties. It is what it is. It's hidden under the cupboard. Some little side snip. Oh, very nice. Next thing is bringing the bend down. Oh my God, speed lapse. Oh, speed lapse, time lapse. It was going around bit by bit, making sure you got a nice strong adhesion on the undercover of the light, all the way around. Wonderful. On, off. Sorry, I should have done a flash warning then. And this is what it looks like now. Right, see you in a bit, guys. Love you, bye. Okay, it is 10 to 2. We've finished there. I've still got the smoke alarms to do and the other bits, but I said I've got... the where I'm at tomorrow is, I think there's been either miscommunication between me and the customer on dates of when things need to be done by or moving in, and I've now got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Be on a video, but it's fine. But I need to go get the material. So we've done partial first fix, but I need to go to B&Q later, get a little bag of plaster, because I'm just going to get there very early in the morning, going to plaster in and around the socket so we can second fix, so it can be powered up at some point. Oh my, they're after ringing me. We spent longer there than I thought we were going to, but it is what it is. Annoyingly, that light fitting I showed you a minute ago, expensive light fitting, and I know it was, I think it was over 100 quid. It was, and they charge you more for expensive light fittings and don't put them together for you, so the electrician has to waste his time. And not only was it in bits, every single bit was cellophane wrapped around each individual spiral, so you can't run a knife around it, you can't do it anyway. So yeah, I'm just going to go back to power, pick sockets and switches and faceplates, fuse board up, all that sort of stuff, which I was more organised last week, and I got it all from Expert and saved myself 10% using my code Bundy 10. Do that, head to the unit, make the video, because I'm sort of on a time frame to a point, because most of these type of videos that it's a very expensive product that we've got to review. I've got to send it off for approval. They need to double check that I've got the key points in there that they want for like, what do they call it? Call to action, that's the word I'm looking for. Call to action with the bullet points, the key things about the product, how, you know, what it's like, what we use, show it off, that sort of stuff, and how I would use it as an electrician in the UK. But they need to approve that sort of thing, unless I've said something wrong and it does something it doesn't, or vice versa. So we are having a mare. When everyone thinks it's all hunky-dory, going to work, being self-employed, I've had to go to 3 wholesalers now. One, the middle one I've just been to, really like me, that's them. But they were the most helpful with the stuff that they had. I needed 3 black up and down outside lights with PIRs separate. Got them in the bag, got paid. I didn't get paid, I had to pay them for the bill. We're just going to do a quote now, which is up around the corner. We're doing a fuse board swap. They'd messaged me the other day, and I'll take a picture of it. We'll run through that in a short while. It's 3:30. I need to film this video. I don't have a choice. Right, another one done. Lovely old couple, very, very nice. Guy was deaf, so you have to speak up. I am. I've got 2 deaf people in the room. It's not great, is it? Fuse board is the original board with the house. So what this estate is probably, I want to say 40 to 50 years old, maybe. It's a nice estate, but you can sort of tell from the age of the fuse board. I'll put a picture up right now. So there's an outside cab with the fuse board with 16mm tails. We've got 6mm main earth, 6mm mains water bonding, and 6mm gas bonding. Bit naughty with how much the gas meter people always tell you off if the bonding isn't done within a certain distance. I think you're all going to correct me here. I always thought it was 300mm away from the meter. I always do it within like at least, you know, 6 inches, which is that from when the copper starts or whatever the pipework is. But they move the gas meter from like one side of the garage to the other, and there's 2 T's off it. No one's moved the earth strap. That's naughty. But it's to quote to replace that with 10mm, bit of trunking involved. Like I was going to the outside meter cab, which is inside because they've had an extension, so they've got a meter cab with the board in the inside of their kitchen on one of the walls. So we're gonna have to do some trunking. I said I can chase it out, but you're gonna be decorating more money. So I can do it in trunking, which is then enough slack as and when you want to do the kitchen just to sink it in the wall. Just try and give them a few varied options for price points, not just of what you're doing, but for future on price of stuff. You know, it's not a flat price of what we give, because there's more stuff to come afterwards if you want to correct what we've done. That's done. I'm going to nip to B&Q now because I'm just around the corner. Go and get some plaster for tomorrow morning. I'm going to get 2 new scrapers because mine are just absolutely trashed, and probably a new Gorilla tub just to mix in. And then go to the unit and attempt to do this bloody video. Everything's just gone, I wouldn't say gone wrong, everything's just took 10 times long. What's this guy doing? Move. Right, I am obviously at the unit, and I realised most of this video, what I feel like is just me sat in the van moaning about the traffic, going to the shops, being busy, stressed, whatever. And now I'm hot as well. Okay then. The unit's a dump. I wish you could have seen it. I started filming a video the other day, halfway through doing a BG 3-phase charger, which is there. But I had to stop halfway through for the schoolroom. I don't know if I said that earlier. I literally can't remember. Feels like 3 days I've been here. So we're going to set up and start cracking on with the video. This is what we're filming. This is the Anker Solex F3800. It is a 6,000 watt output, 3.84 watt hours, 6,000 watt capacity power bank. And not only, they then sent me the additional battery for it as well. And it was one of them items where it's about 7 grand, I think from the top of my head, where we would normally get paid. We, the YouTubers in this space, we get paid to promote products, to try products out, that sort of stuff. Because I've already had the Anker one before, which I've still got plugged in at home.
See? You see it? Beautiful.
I'm happy to recommend the brand. I've used Anker power banks, the small ones that I bought years ago, for literally years, for the iPads, for the kids stuff anyway. So when they reached out to me and went, do you want to do this? And normally you go, yeah, it's X amount per video or whatever, depending on how long, if it's an integration, if it's a standalone video. This one, there was no fee because this product is so expensive, but it's very cool. So I'm going to try and do some bits behind me. I had a lot of really useful information past the last video that went out, I think it was last night, but we messed around with solar in here. There's a few misconceptions that I've seen popping up in the comment section about, first of all, clearly don't know what I'm doing, because that's hence why I asked everyone's opinion and advice. I'm not doing solar and battery storage at the unit to save money. That is literally the opposite of what it is, because it's just costing me money. I am in credit, I'm not sure if I said this in the last video, from EDF. They changed my standing order from what was £38 for nearly a year to then £380. They times it by 10. Great. And I argued and argued and argued and got nowhere, and eventually they fit a smart meter, and I was in credit by, I was around 1,500 quid. And then because of the smart meter, I'm now paying only like 40 quid a month for electric, because I'm never here. It's just a storage room, really, is what it is, glorified storage room. So yeah, I don't really have to pay for electric. I would in credit for many years to come. It was just a way for me to learn, to play, to show you guys. I am such a novice when it comes to battery storage and solar, where I don't mind showing the things I don't know on the channel if it helps other people learn. I'm a doer. I need to play with things. I need to take things apart. I need to put things together 5 times before it makes sense to me. Reading it on a bit of paper does not make sense to me in the slightest. So I'm doing all this here, and it is costing me money. The money I'm getting for the videos does not cover the cost of all the stuff I keep buying. I honestly, trust me, I'm in minus at the moment. Past couple of videos from the stuff I've done, but I don't mind. I'm learning, and if I can then take this out into the real world and do it for customers or friends and family and whatever, and get paid for it, that's where we recoup our money. So that's the premise of it. I'm not doing it because I think it's a clever idea. I'm not doing it because I think it's going to save me money. I'm just doing it because I want to learn and show you guys as well along the way. I will ask the stupid questions and act like the idiot, so people in the comment section will be a lot smarter than me, and they can correct me or jump down my throat or whatever. I don't really mind. As long as someone learns something from the video that they didn't know before, we're all a winner. God, I'm hot. It's noisy next door. I can't park outside my unit. I'm really hot. I already said that. So I'm going to crack on with this, and we'll jump back in a little bit. I literally just started filming. I figured out what I'm going to do. I've got to go home. And she's had to pick her nephew up. I can't do any of this now. I need to go home. Which is sound, I obviously need to go when you need to go. I just have to do this on the weekend now. So let me just spin you around so you can sort of get the idea what I'm going to do. This, I can only think for the space I've got now, which is minimal, because I've put that there, that's there, that's there. So that's going to go up there. Let's pretend that's floating up there. Okay. These cables are going to be pulled out across onto the top. How the hell am I going to get? I've just realised that. How am I going to get all them cables into that? It's probably a good idea I didn't film this today, actually, thinking about it. It's changed this board to a single phase board. Not the actual board itself, but the gubbins. So we can take out all of these, L1, L2. They'll be left in here and capped off. God, sorry about the noise, honestly. Oh. This might seem absolutely barbaric to some people. I get it. I'm just having a play. I want to show off this product for what it is and what it can do. But equally, I've not used this long enough to have a proper play, which we will do in months and months to come, because I'm going to be putting it in my house and doing a similar thing as when I've got the setup. Anyway, thank you for watching the vlog. There was some electrical stuff in there that I showed you and did a fantastic voiceover, which is worth a like and subscribe already. You might, this is, I've got to film this soon and put this out in the next couple of weeks, so you've already seen half the videos. It is just not actually doing and working, so see you soon. I'm going to go home and then go out again and sit by a hot sweat swimming pool. Love you, bye.